When my heart is overwhelmed, lead me to the rock that's higher than I. This quote from the Bible sums it all up. There are some days in our life which feels like a drag, a mountain of tasks waiting to get done. However, there is little to no energy that is left within us to accomplish those. But we got to. The world around us gets divided into two sides. One side wants us to be more productive, more efficient, more responsible. On the other hand, our internal world wants to take a break and curl up in the bed indefinitely. I myself experienced one of those days recently where when I woke up from my slumber, I found myself crashed. My mind and my body had no energy left to get on with the day. I had also developed some mild fever, so I decided to take that day off and cure myself. Initially, I was thinking that it's a physical ailment, but as I got on with my day, I found the real reason. Turns out it was burnout. I was overwhelmed with myriads of tasks that were all around me, and I had lost the mental enthusiasm to accomplish them. And hence, it converted itself into a bodily disease and forced me to take a hard look at life. On that day, I decided to do some internal soul searching and try to find out some sustainable ways in which I can cope up from this bithole. During that experience, I found 6 strategies that can be used to not only cope up with the sensation of overwhelming, but also to prevent it in future. Hello guys, welcome to my channel. This is Bird's Eye View and I'm your girl Aditi. On this channel, we talk about spirituality, self-development, empowerment and so much more. Today, we are going to talk about 6 ways in which we can help ourselves cope when life feels overwhelming. Number 1. Accept that it is a normal feeling. Do not go about searching on the web on what are the top 10 ways to become productive, how to not be lazy, how to beat procrastination, so on and so forth. Because the issue is not that, the issue is something deeper. Do not listen to anyone who says that you are not doing enough, you are not good enough, you are not made to hustle in today's world. Shut out all the negative chatter that are destructive and that is causing harm to your mental health at that point of time. Your feelings of overwhelm are absolutely justified. It's part of life and it's okay for us to accept them. Number 2, own the feeling. I know that not everyone has the privilege to sit around and own their feelings on a weekday or on a day that they have to get things done or they have some responsibilities to cater to. But try to find at least 5 minutes in your day to really observe the feeling that you are going through currently. Where in your body you can feel the pressure. Do you feel heaviness in your chest or there is a pressure on the top of your head? What are you feeling? Just allow yourself some time to experience the emotions of it. If you can afford it, try to take a day off and just stay in your bed and Wash yourself with a feeling of overwhelm. Let yourself be unproductive for some time. Watch Netflix, eat your comfort food, talk to a friend. In fact, vent to your friend about all the things that are negatively impacting your life. Trust me, it's going to help you restore normalcy and feel much more lighter. Number 3, switching context. Once we have allowed ourselves to familiarize with the emotions of being overwhelmed, and we have allowed ourselves time to be intentionally unproductive, our mind would want to switch gear. Now, at this point of time, do not make the mistake of going back to the tasks that made you feel anxious and overwhelmed or burned out, because sooner than not you are going to get those feelings back again when once you are back at task, if you are doing it at this point of time. Instead, try to do something that is unexpected of you. Maybe go out for a walk in the middle of the day, or do some light yoga or stretching, or maybe prepare a healthy meal for you and your family, something that nourishes and refreshes you. Doing something unexpected at an unexpected time will jolt you out of the slumber and bring you back to a new reality. You will feel exhilarated and will feel like there has been a paradigm shift. This will help you open up channels for intuitive work. Number 4, make a priority list. Now that we have leveled up to a state of mental stability and we have given us enough resources and time to help us relax and rejuvenate, now it's time to get back to the work. But as soon as you step out and see the work that is waiting for you, it has become a mountain and you have to climb that mountain and it feels daunting. So in order to not return to the state of burnout or to the state of overwhelm, what we should do is create a priority list. I'm sure a lot of you might have heard of the Pareto analysis. It says that 80% of the results that you need or you get in your life comes from 20% of the activities and tasks that you do. But the problem happens because we don't know what those 20% tasks or activities are. We end up doing a lot of things throughout the day which keeps us busy beyond our capability, and at the end of the day we feel like we have not accomplished anything, which adds on to the feeling of burnout and overwhelm. So now that we know this, we can try to identify what are those top 20% tasks or activities that will help you climb this mountain and reach the peak faster. Number 5, no multitasking. Multitasking has been both a boon and a curse. Today the world thrives on multitasking. On one side we open up Netflix, on the other side we are working on some personal project, on the other hand we are talking to a loved one, we are doing all these things at the same time. But guess what happens? We end up not giving our 100% attention to any of those tasks, which ends up not giving us any kind of results. So this kind of half-hearted attention is not sufficient when you are climbing Mount Everest of work that has been piled up upon you. So how do we deal with it? By not doing any multitasking. I personally follow the Pomodoro technique, where if I have 10 things to do, I set up my timer for 25 minutes, and in those 25 minutes I take one task and I do it with deep focus and attention without paying heed to anything else that is happening around me. Once that 25 minutes is up, I take a small break. I walk around my vicinity, I do some meditation, or I have some water to align myself and absorb the information that I just processed during my work and then get back to task number 2, or if task number 1 is incomplete, I go back to that. Doing these short sprints of deep focused work with short and long breaks helps me to keep my mind sane and get through my to-do list faster than I would if I would have focused on multiple things at the same time. Number 6. Perfection in imperfection. A lot of the times we create pressure on ourselves to be this perfect individual who has everything under control, who keeps everyone happy, who does tasks with 100% accuracy, and who is always the most productive and most efficient. However, do you see the fatal flaw here? It's too idyllic, too perfect. This is not how real world looks like. This is not how the real us look like. Then why do we create this superficial internal pressure and expectations on ourselves and set ourselves up for failure? It is okay if momentarily few people in our lives are upset or dissatisfied with us. It is okay if we are not scoring 90 out of 100 in all of our tests. It's okay to make some minor mistakes here and there. It's not the end of the world. We do not have to chase perfection to such an extent that it leaves us crashed and burned. Imperfection creates layers in our lives and make us live more dynamically. We do not have to take the burden of keeping everyone and everything under control 24/7. So these were my personal 6 strategies on how to cope up when life gets overwhelming. Do let me know in the comment section below if you have experienced something similar in your life and how did you cope up from the feeling of overwhelm. I hope you enjoyed this video. I'll see you in my next one. Till then, stay happy, stay positive, and keep your vibrations way up.